Welcome back to the channel Crypto Troll. I am Crypto Troll, bringing you the latest and the greatest in cryptocurrencies. And today, man, we're going to talk about my DeFi Kingdom's liquidity pool strategy. That's right, we're going to talk about my LP strategy. We're even going to talk about what is a liquidity pool. So I know a lot of people don't know. I'm going to start off with that first. We're going to get into that. I'm going to show you my strategy and show you how I provide liquidity to this pool and make a passive income, and also just collecting these tokens and just what I believe is the best strategy moving forward on Crystalvale and Serendale for DeFi Kingdom. So we're going to get straight into that, but before we do, make sure you like this video and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. I got multiple videos on DeFi Kingdoms. Matter of fact, I got a plethora of videos on DeFi Kingdoms. I got an entire playlist, 51 videos showing you different ways how you can make money in DeFi Kingdoms, how to create liquidity pools, how to buy heroes, and much more, man. So tap into that playlist right now. Click that. I'm telling you, it's some secret gems on there, and you want to watch this playlist while we are in a bear market. And I also got to tell you, this is not financial advice whatsoever. This is just me basically giving my personal opinion on what I'm doing in the crypto space. I always consult with the financial advisor before you start investing. I'm telling you, you want to talk to somebody. Don't just go at my word. I'm just a 25-year-old kid that's just investing, and I know crypto is the future, but you got to know it for yourself. And if you don't know, then talk to somebody who might know. So let's get straight into it, man. DeFi Kingdoms. Let's go. You know I like to talk about price first, so let's get into it. So right now I'm on Dex Screener, and we are on the Avalanche DFK chain. I kind of switched from Harmony. I usually, if you watch my videos, I usually go to the Harmony blockchain. But right now we know they plan on moving Serendale from the Harmony One blockchain. So right now I'm just going to go to the Avalanche blockchain and just really pretty much look at Crystal and Jewel on there. So we see right now, Crystal is at 35 cents according to Dex Screener. And we already know Crystal been dropping like crazy, man. Dropping it like it's hot. But you got to understand, I've been said that from the get-go. I said it. You can go back to my old videos. I told you, majority of Crystal was airdrop. And when you get airdrop tokens like that, it's going to be a huge sell-off, especially when there's no utility in the beginning. So I think that was one of the places they kind of did go wrong. I think they should have set up liquidity pools before they did the initial airdrop. But hey, it is what it is. We are still in a bear market, and I still believe so much in DeFi Kingdoms. But right now we are at 35 cents, a perfect position, in my opinion, to get in and start building that jewel, or crystal rather, and building that bag up for the Avalanche DFK chain. Then we go back, we see we want to go to the wrap jewel in the USDC, and we can see this pair. Currently, jewel is at 17 cents, man, 17 cents, so not too bad. We are kind of on just, it stands stagnant for right now, but like I said, we're still super early, and Jewel is one of my favorite cryptocurrencies too. Like I said, even though we did a crazy drop from $22 all the way to 17 cents, that's a crazy drop, man. I'm not going to lie. I know a lot of people lost some money in that drop, but are you doing it for the money or are you doing it for the tech? Me personally, I'm doing it for the both, I guess. Nah, I'm an investor first, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm an investor, but I love the crypto. I love the tech things. And I do believe the longevity of crypto. I believe crypto is gonna do the same thing, or have the same effect the internet had, 20 plus years ago. So I believe we're still super early to call it, but I do like that DeFi Kingdoms continues to build, even though we are in a bear market, and they continue to put out new content. So I know you want to talk about, Tro, what's your LP strategy? I'm finna get straight into it. But before we get into my strategy, let's talk about it. What is a LP pool? So shout out to Gemini. They gave us pretty much a summary of what a liquidity pool is. So a liquidity pool is a crowdsourced pool of cryptocurrencies or tokens locked in a smart contract that is used to facilitate trades between the assets on the DEX. Instead of the traditional markets of buyers and sellers, many DeFi platforms use automatic market makers, which allow digital assets to be traded in an automatic and permissionless manner through the use of liquidity pools or LPs. So, pretty much, you supply money to this platform and they reward you in that token. So, say for instance, the APR is 100%. Well, if you supply $1,000, generally speaking, you would get $1,000 worth of tokens during that year. Now, APRs do fluctuate and platforms do go under and they do become insolvent and some people just lose their money. So I ain't gonna lie, right now it is similar to a Ponzi scheme if that token doesn't have utility. Now, if that token has utility, it's still Ponzonomics, but at the same time, people are not in too much of a rush to just get this money or get these tokens and sell it out for fiat currency. You can actually use it. And that's why I'm so bullish on DeFi Kingdoms, because it's not just a Ponzi, but these tokens, these jewel tokens and these crystal tokens, you use them to play the crypto game. So now we know what a liquidity pool is. Let's get to it. Let's go straight to the gardens, man. Let's get down and dirty in the gardens. I'm going to tell you my LP strategy moving forward for Serendale and Crystalvale, man. So I'm going to start off, since we already on Crystalvale, I'm going to go to the gardens and Crystalvale and kind of just walk through it, man. So we can see this is the Crystalvale Gardens, and it's a couple of liquidity pools on here that got some high APRs. Not a couple, it's a lot. So we got the Crystal and AVAX liquidity pool. We got the Crystal and Jewel liquidity pool, X Jewel and Jewel liquidity pool, Crystal and ETH, that's a new one. That's at 300%. We got Jewel and USDC, 243%. And that's a stable coin pool. So, hey, a lot of people need to get, it's only $273,000 in there, not even $1 million in that pool yet. And then we see the Crystal and USDC pool and the ETH and USDC pool. So, still some juicy APRs, man. 3-digit APRs that's going on right now. And me personally, right now, I'm in the Crystal AVAX and the Crystal Jewel and the X Jewel and Jewel liquidity pool. So, right now, we know the initial LP pool on Crystalvale was the X Jewel and Jewel. So right now the APR is at 89%. And I think I'm going to stay in this specific pool because it gives me the less chance of impermanent loss, man, in my personal opinion, because I believe they are the most correlated pair that kind of stay the same, man. Then we know X Jewel, or the trading of Jewel, just multiplies X Jewel. So that's the reason I'm in the X Jewel and Jewel pool, because I believe that's one of the safest pools on Crystalvale right now, especially if you are looking to minimize impermanent losses. And then, like I said, I'm still bullish on Jewel anyway, because no matter what Serendale does, we know with the gas fees on Crystalvale, you burn a specific amount of Jewel, and transactions just continue to go up, man. It's more and more transactions. I think we break records every day as far as transactions. And then think about when duels hit on the Crystalvale platform, we will see transactions even go up more. So that's the particular reason I'm in the X Jewel and Jewel pool. Then we see the Crystal and Jewel pool. And I just feel like that was only right. To be honest, all the crystal that I had, it got airdropped to me. But I didn't sell my airdrop crystals. I should have sold a portion of it, I'm not gonna lie. But at that time I was we was all just we was in a euphoria, you know what I'm saying? Everything was going good. But I'm glad I really didn't sell it, because I got in kind of at the bottom as well. And then I started to create my Crystal and Jewel pool. And right now, that's APR is 156%, man. So still in the early. It's only $1 million in this pool right now. So still super early. And I don't even think a lot of people came from the Avalanche blockchain to play the game yet. I think really a lot of people migrated from Harmony or from Serendale to go to DFK. But I don't think a lot of new players enter the market. So it's very a good opportunity to get in on the bottom of that LP pool and just milk that APR and get you some crystal, man. And also, I got to say, if you are on Crystalvale, when you be in LP pools or when you get into these liquidity pools, you will earn crystal. You will earn crystal on Crystalvale. So make sure you note that as well. And then I say my last pool is the Crystal and AVAX pool, which is the APR is 209%, man. So still good 3-digit APR. And I would still are very much bullish on both of these assets. So we know Crystal is pretty much the power token for Crystalvale. Then we know AVAX is just one of the best blockchains out there. So if you believe in AVAX and Crystal, this would be a good pool to get into. Like I said, AVAX, I believe the team is like one of the best teams in the crypto space, one of the, I guess, smartest teams in the space. So I'm super, super bullish on AVAX. And right now it's like $29, so we still at the bottom, and we know all-time highs of AVAX. So this is another LP pool that I will get in at the bottom and see where it takes me on Crystalvale, man. So those are the pools on Crystalvale. And right now, my strategy is just to milk it down, man. We're still super early in the bear market. Like, I'm just going to milk these pools down and get as much tokens as I can, because when the game finally drops, you're going to need tokens to play the game. You're going to need Crystal to do different things in there. You're going to need Jewel to do different things in the game. So why not collect them right now? And once PvP drops, or once, the full game drops, you will be loaded and you can make some type of profit from the game. Not just playing the game, but actually make a profit from the game. So that's my personal strategy on Crystalvale. But let's go to Serendale, because a lot of people been asking, like, Tro, what you plan on doing? How you handling the news saying that they are moving from Serendale, or not moving from Serendale, but moving from the Harmony One blockchain? And I'm just gonna go over all of that, man. So let's go to the gardens and let's just see. So we see right now, man, TVL. I'm not sure if I think that's right. It's at $106 million total value locked on the Serendale blockchain, or Serendale Rim. But like I said, they do plan on moving it from the Harmony One blockchain. So you see right now, I'm currently in the Jewel in 1, and that's currently giving us a 57% APR. And they cut that in half once the Harmony One blockchain got hacked for that 200 million. They started cutting in half, and then everything kind of just went downhill. But me personally, I'm still in that Jewel in 1 pool, for the simple fact that, yes, I've experienced some impermanent loss from this pool. And although I experienced it, I still got in relatively to the bottom when the game first dropped. So I'm really just still milking this down. And I'm still gonna hold 1, but once this pool ends, or once they move from Serendale, I'm just gonna get my 1, collect my 1, and send it to the Harmony One blockchain and just stake it for that 10%, and then really just use the Jewel that's left over in that pool to send to Crystalvale for gas fees. Now, a lot of people ask me, why am I still in the Jewel in 1 and it's only 57%? Because I don't want to break that LP token and suffer impermanent losses, even though eventually I'm going to have to, eventually if they move, or, once they move. But at the same time, why not milk it when that is where majority of my liquidity is in, man? 57% is still good. You're trying to switch pools and trying to switch them back and forth and back and forth. Why not just stay in that pool and add money to another pool? That's my personal preference on that, because I would have to trade my 1 to get another token. A lot of people are asking me, why you want to do the Jewel and Matic, or a Jewel and FTM, because they still 3 digits, or a Jewel and AVAX. Now, I once was in Jewel and AVAX, but I sent my AVAX token over to Crystalvale. This still would be a pool that I would get into, though. Like, if I started today, this probably would be the first pool, to be honest. If I started on Serendale, this would be the first pool I would get into, that Jewel and AVAX pool, because APR is at 189%. And I believe you won't suffer too much impermanent loss on this particular pool, because I believe both are kind of at the bottoms of where they're going. Now, AVAX has been going up in the past couple of days, but that's a part of it. I think they will start to correlate and start to be similar once we see more transactions on the Crystalvale blockchain. But like I said, if we started off on Serendale, Jewel and AVAX would be the first pool I go to. Me personally, I will go to that pool first, because I'm super bullish on both of those tokens. But it just depends. Like, if you like Phantom, you can go to the Jewel and Phantom. That's 205%. Me personally, I don't know too much about Phantom, so I wouldn't be comfortable investing in that. But I believe Phantom, according to some, is one of the top blockchains. So that's that. And then we see Rap Matic as well. If you believe in Matic, that's another pool you can get into. I'm just saying, me personally, I haven't, haven't had experience on that blockchain. But if you had, there will be a pool you would want to get into because all of these tokens are pretty much at the bottom right now, man. So you always want to do your due diligence. Like I said, right now I'm only in the jewel in one pool on Serendale, just in case whenever they move it, it can be a quick move. I can, undo my tokens, my LP tokens, and then just take my one and take my jewel and go about my day. I won't have to have too many pools to get in and get out. I'm milking Serendale as much as I can right now, man. So that's my game plan moving forward with the LP strategies. Just wanted to show you guys what I'm doing, what's an LP pool, and how you can make money in the crypto space just by providing liquidity to these pools, man. So if I added value to you today, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and yeah, like I said, I got the DeFi Kingdoms playlist going crazy, man. So tune in to that. I appreciate everybody for taking your time out the day and watching me. Shout out to you. Crypto Tro, I'm out of here.